That shit sounds wild.
It was an infection. An infection.
Oh, now it's an infection.
And he needed surgery. But what I want to know is why he went from looking like Ken to looking like the dude from fucking
because that's not Zac
City.
Efron. He like he does look at that grizzled face motherfucker. He looks just like him. I know exactly what you're talking about. He looks fucked.
Family
Not
Guy,
for nothing. He's slowly turning into. So he's turning into
like
Mickey
Hellboy, right? He's doing a Mickey Rourke.
And Mickey Rourke turned into fucking Mike Myers.
Mickey Rourke
turned into Mickey Rourke looks fucking terrifying.
He has
he said Mike Myers.
He look at nail fungal in his hands. His fucking fingernails are horrible.
When I say Mike Myers, I'm not talking about fucking. Yeah, baby, I'm feeling Randy. No, I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about Michael Myers with the white fucking mask.
I thought you was talking about baby.
No,
yeah, baby.
You say one shit.
Do I make you horny, baby? Yeah.
Danger is my middle name.
Oh, hey, Austin's a nice fellow. I fucked his woman once. She put a button in me pooper.
Damn.
That's a hell of a Friday night.
You know.
Why would I know?
Just ask Beyonce. She's the one who did it.
Beyonce, undercover.
Beyonce did what? No way.
You didn't see Goldmember? She's the one who plugged it. Or was that? Oh no! Oh, my bad.
That's
bad.
The second one.
That was the second one. You're right. My bad, Beyonce. You fucked up, but that's not on you.
Scotty don't.
Beyonce was
Scotty don't. Ladies and gentlemen, Scotty don't. Hey, yo, shout out to the Austin Powers films because I feel like the fourth one would be great for society right now.
She was.
Yes, it would.
Second one. She was in the third one.
Yeah, she was in the third one.
Like honestly, what we need is a comedy of the early 2000s, late 1990s, to where it's irreverent and it makes jokes that are funny, regardless of if they're offensive. The problem is there are no good comedy writers in Hollywood. There are people who can do it, who can act it out, but there's nobody that can write a good comedy. There has not been a good comedy really in a while. There's been things with good comedy elements, but shit like Thor Ragnarok, that's not a comedy.
No, that was horrible.
It was unexpectedly funny, which was weird, but that's not a comedy.
That movie was so whack. I don't ever want to see something like that again. Not Ragnarok. Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder was whack, bro. I hope I never see anything like that again.
Yo, Taika Waititi literally said that he only wrote that script because he was poor and just had another kid.
What the?
God damn, what the fuck? Y'all sound like robots.
That sounds, I think I'll do the same thing.
Yo, right, Thor, fucking Ragnarok.
All right, what you mean? Love and Thunder?
Wait, was it? No, it wasn't Ragnarok. It was Love and Thunder he wrote.
Yeah, it was a piece of shit. I fell asleep.
I didn't like it either.
I like to bring Natalie Portman back. She's just nice to look at.
They're gonna bring her back again.
Hey, you know she's an actual scientist.
She comes back as a Valkyrie.
She has like a master's degree in fucking biology.
Does she?
Yeah. You can check it out. She's an actual fucking scientist.
That's like that girl,
it's like OD.
fucking what's her name? Blossom?
Blossom.
Yeah. She's in Third Rock, not Third Rock. Fucking what is that show?
Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory.
He's in the Big Bang. It's a guy or a girl?
It's a girl. She's in. She was in Blossom. She's Sheldon.
You talking about Penny? Who plays Penny?
Nah, she's Sheldon's girl.
Sheldon's good. The hideous one.
Oh,
the one is like actually a doctor or something like that.
She's she's Jeopardy.
She's a rocket scientist or some shit like that.
It's like the whole show. There's 3 of them that actually like scientists. Is that other girl too? The one that goes out with what's his face? She goes wearing
the blonde one.
Skirts. Yeah, the other blonde.
You're talking about the one that was in Roseanne?
I think so.
You know, it's kind of kind of funny. That show was really good for a while, and then I feel like its own jokes kind of got really tired. It's like, we get it, the nerds, but this is season 4, you know?
Yeah, it kind of died out a little bit. I remember when
it's
it was really
kind of like
I
enjoyed Your Mother, same thing. How I Met Your Mother should have been probably 4 seasons. It would have been an amazing show. Now, nobody's going to tell you, have you seen How I Met Your Mother? No, that's not going to happen.
Nobody's seen How I Met Your Father.
That show was so whack. How I Met Your Mother was
dumbest
okay.
fucking idea. It was good, like just like Big Bang Theory was for the first 3 or 4 seasons, but then they kept it going because they're like, it's a cash cow. Sometimes it's better to leave a legacy of something good than it is to milk it for all this money, because then if you do something like How I Met Your Father, people might give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'll juice it so I can't get no more
money. It feels like How I Met Your Father didn't like it. They rushed it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like How I Met Your Mother wasn't even off the air for like more than 5 years. It feels like.
Yes, it was though.
It just feels like it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like what's that
2
show?
seasons a year.
They made a show. There was another show that was real popular and it went off the air, and then they redid it. And it was okay. So you remember how they did back in the day? They did Boy Meets World.
Yeah,
they did Girl Meets World.
And then they did Girl Meets World like 20 years later. That's like a
Girl
good thing.
Meets World was a flop too, though. I feel like somebody just looked at Hillary Duff's Instagram and was like, "We gotta get this bitch back on TV."
I love to see her. She's gorgeous.
You know, the problem is that these are great ideas, but there's nobody that knows how to write shit in Hollywood.
Exactly. Because they're too scared. They're too scared of getting canceled.
Honestly, I don't know if that's the case or not, because at this point,
I don't think that nobody knows how to write, bro. I think they're just looking for the easy way out.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
If you math reboot things, right, and just use the same layout as the successful show before it, and just kind of model that, you're taking the easy way out. But then when it flops and you're forced to use creativity,
that's the thing. Creativity should be there from the get-go, and that's the fucking problem. If you know how to write, even if you have shit, you can make something memorable out of it. Nobody is going to remember any of these sequel remake shows except for the fact that they were fucking trash. And that's because nobody knows how to write. There's so many shows that have glaring problems with what's going on, but the general content that we get is so fucking bad that mid shit looks amazing now.
Yeah, but it's because of all these phones that mass consume this shit and love it.
No, I don't think they really do anymore. I think people are really kind of like, this shit is ridiculous. Why is it every single time that there's a man and a woman in a movie, the woman always has to somehow be a Mary fucking Sue and be unrelatable, and the man is a piece of fucking shit? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why? There's equality, and then there's doing your bullshit and trying to fix the lack of what you think is a female role model in an area that nobody was asking for one. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Especially when you're going to destroy the reason why you're making that change in the first place in order to replace it with something nobody fucking asked for. It's fucking stupid. It makes no goddamn sense. And the fact that nobody can write a goddamn compelling story that makes you give a fuck about these Mary Sues proves the point. Like, who the fuck is seeing the Marbles? Nobody, because fuck them bitches. Nobody gives a fuck about them. They're not important. Nobody gives a shit about that.
Let me tell you, if it wasn't for Iman Vani, and I hope I said her name right, that fucking movie would have been trash.
No, not would have. It is fucking trash. It is one of the worst performing superhero films in history and one of the worst performing films for Disney, period. It cost $250 million before marketing. It is absolute horrendous trash.
I can guarantee you it's going to be a cult classic.
No, it won't.
The Marvels?
No fucking way it will. No fucking way. No fucking way.
I hope not.
No fucking way, Jay.
It is not gonna be. It is not gonna be because of anybody but Amon Vani. And I swear I hope I'm saying her name right.
Yo, why is it
nobody is going to go see that movie to go see that no-name actress play a role that nobody fucking cares about. Nobody.
You're right.
I mean, but
You're right.
is a Marvel movie, though.
You're right. It's not gonna happen now.
It's never going to happen because they're not going to recover the Marvel series. They've tarnished the fuck out of it. That hype is dead. That hype is dead.
I'm sorry.
Remember Blade and how they made us all hyped to think that there was a future for the MCU, and then they fucked us, and they fucked Mahershala Ali because of agendas. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. All this shit is fucked over there. Don't waste your time and money. If you like it, cool. But I'm gonna come at you like I do with Jay and just be like, it's fucking garbage. It's fucking garbage.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem telling you when something's garbage. And I promise you, if you watch it, I watched Miss Marvel the series, and this girl's gonna be a star.
Nigga, I could paint my walls and watch it dry and be a better time.
This is her first role, Miss Marvel. So as an actress for her, I believe it's gonna be her breakout role.
No, nobody's gonna remember her unless they force into another Disney movie. What happened to all those Disney stars that were up and comers from Star Wars? Oh yeah, they came back to Star Wars because nobody wants their trash. And you know why? It has nothing to do with their ability to act. It has to do with the fact they were given a lot of shit that made them popular on their name that was poorly written and poorly done, and now they're fucked.
No, Hayden Christensen had a good movie called Takers.
Fire.
That was one movie after what? Hayden Christensen is definitely the most thankful man alive, and that people were like, hey, you want to help us do Nostalgia Berry for me? And he said, hell fucking yeah, I do. I don't give a shit about the legacy of Star Wars. I need money, nigga. So he popped up on here, and he's doing whatever the fuck they want him to do. Why is it that Disney is still talking about this motherfucker Anakin and Darth Vader? They're always talking about Anakin and Darth Vader. Every goddamn thing they release, Anakin, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Anakin, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker. But you had this entire expanded universe given to you, and then you're going to just fuck around with the same bullshit and ruin the legacy of what gave you this billion-dollar franchise in the first place. And instead of giving the fans that made that worth $1 billion anything that we've been wanting for decades, you make this stupid fucking bullshit.
Well,
talking
brother,
about like Ahsoka Tano or whatever the show.
It's very funny that you mention legacies being shitted on, because tonight we are going to talk about that very subject. And it's not just the person that we're talking
legacy?
about. It's not just the person whose legacy we're talking about who's going to be shitted on. It's the amount of celebrities and stars and icons that he himself has shitted on. And maybe other things.
I bet I was going to say he probably really did shit on him.
Right. Tonight, we're talking about the
Wale.
Wait, who you said?
I said Wale, but he'll come up later.
Yes, for a brief second, we were talking about him, but only because of the plight of P.Diddy.
AKA Puff Daddy, AKA Bad Boy Entertainment CEO.
Because he can't stop.
Malicious, evil motherfucker on the down low.
Because he won't
stop. Won't stop. Raping motherfuckers always. That's the vibe he gives off.
We're going to ask one question by the end of the night. Did he do it? Yes.
Let's work. Turn it down and listen to the experts. Gotta give a shout to the Talking Junk Network. Showing love, hosting battles, playing dope joints. The break room topics always staying on point. Never disappoint. We'll never need a makeover. We here for the takeover like Jehovah. Talking Junk break room take over on the podcast. Dropping bomb facts on demand like Comcast. Now drop a comment whenever they're going live. Hit the YouTube channel right now and go subscribe. Peace.
Talking Junk Network,
where entertainment lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to
your favorite rapper's favorite podcast.
See, this is why I like your show. You're very charismatic. You know the right things to say.
Got me addicted, ain't no coke. Let's just have a toast. Anybody want some smoke? Cause it's up. I be dizzled up. Catch me sipping with my double cup. Can't just have one, you gotta double up. You pour it, gotta watch it bubble up. I ain't gon' lie, I cannot get enough. When Calvin said I need another one. Gonna have you coming back for more. But go get it while it's hot. Before it be sold out in your stores. That dizzle.
Welcome to the Break Room, the podcast that comes to you live every Friday night with a great topic, gritty banter, and crazy trails on the tangent lines. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing great, doing great.
Mr. Duckworth, how are you?
Charmed. Naturally.
He worked the streets. His name was Ducky.
No, I'm doing all right. All things considered, you know. All praise and glory to the Most High.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, wait.
Martial law, brother.
What we talk about tonight? Gay people?
I'm sure it'll come up at some point, knowing how I show it.
Some would say. Some would definitely say.
Actually, to be honest, given the topic and allegations, yeah, I guess that content is that subject don't come up.
Bro, we all know who Diddy is. We all know who Sean Puffy Combs is.
He found the elixir of youth.
This
That
man
motherfucker's
used to throw
22.
house parties, and now he's here.
We've all jumped to a Puffy trap at one point in time in our lives. Why do I sound like
I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, that role he had in Get Him to the Greek, which I feel like was probably him just doing himself now.
That was a great role.
Horrible right now. It was a great role, but it ages so horrible right now.
It's like, oh, so they just said, here's the script. He said, no, fuck that. I'm going to just do me. I know what I'm doing.
I get what I want. That whole movie. That whole movie was crazy.
He was touching the right. He says, "I'm gonna fucking cover my whole house with this material." That shit.
My house gonna look like a fucking werewolf.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, that shit did not age well. They should use that in court.
When you say no age
right?
well,
If they use rap lyrics in court,
what you mean age well?
Then again, somebody wrote those lines for him.
What you mean?
But did they?
Most.
So the phrase "it didn't age well" means something happened in the past. It was said or did in the past, and
Just
now
I understand what the phrase means,
and it doesn't make it sound any better. It makes it sound spot on. Those allegations.
I understood it the first thing I said it. I mean, why you say that? What did he say in the fucking movie?
You didn't see the
just
movie.
The character of the movie. The character of the movie now looks like he wasn't even playing a character; he was just playing himself. And what made it so funny was that we thought it was a hyperbole, but it looks like that it may not be hyperbole, and that's why it doesn't age well. Because what made it really funny is the fact that it's like, oh, this is ridiculous, and now it's like, okay, that role looks even less ridiculous, which makes it less funny. Because if somebody was really doing that shit, that's not cool. But in a movie, that's fine, you know.
I always thought he was exactly like that person in that movie.
If somebody was not doing things like that, what do you mean? What was he doing in the movie that was?
He was a douchebag. He was a piece of shit.
He was aggressive as shit. He would break shit, yell.
You're talking about P.Diddy, right? Sergio.
Yeah, he was doing drugs that are not even common, but are super insane. That's why he was rubbing that wall and shit and getting.
Well, that's because he was in the movie. He was trying to get Russell Brand to come back to LA, basically. So it's like, yo, you got to do what you got to do.
Jeffrey,
right? It fits the narrative, you know. Which, by the way, shout out to the people who made Forgetting Sarah Marshall, because this movie only exists because Russell Brand's character was so fucking funny. Which, speaking of Russell Brand, I'm not even sure if he ever acted before, and he wasn't just playing something he thought he was. Because looking at him now and the way he talks about himself, I don't know whether or not the character he played was a character or if it was just himself.
I feel like it.
I digress a little.
maybe back then when the movie was made, it was just himself, but now it's kind of like
now
he's very different.
I don't know if they're gonna play all of his scenes here, but this is just a little tip of the iceberg of what we're gonna go through tonight on just the some of the allegations on Diddy.
A tip of the Diddy bird.
Ooh, but
the Diddy bird.
Oh, word.
I own 6 kookaroos. I'll tell you this whole scene right now. Everybody loves chicken. Everybody.
Oh shit, muted?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. We were interpreting here. Yeah, I'd like a burger with cheese and a pizza.
Apologize. I was unaware it was muted.
She was mad slow too.
Whose phone is that?
It's my phone.
That's your phone?
That's mine, yeah.
Answer it.
Answer
it. What's up, bro? Yeah. No, I can't talk right now. They forced me to answer in the middle of this meeting in order to humiliate me. Yeah, he's actually staring at me. He's really pissed right now. Swear to God, I'm not joking, man. Yeah, 6:30. I gotta go right now, though, bye. I apologize about that.
Throw that phone out of my office.
Please don't make me do that.
Throw the phone out of my office. Throw that fucking phone out of my office.
Right on.
Right on. Right on.
He threw the fuck out of it.
I don't think this meeting is for me. No, this meeting is not for me. It's for y'all. See, I'm gonna be all right. I'm straight. I got villas in Brazil, Tahiti, East Hampton, West Hampton. Sergio gonna be fine. Fuck a recession.
I own 6 kookaroos.
I own 20 kookaroos.
Oh, 20.
I own 21 kookaroos. Y'all don't own 1 kookaroo. Not one. Not one.
Not one.
Y'all are fucked.
Y'all are fucked.
You all are fucked. Everyone loves chicken. I'm doing fine.
He's not wrong though. Oh, it started over.
Y'all are fucked.
He's not wrong though. Everybody loves chicken. Even vegans
You know
love
why?
chicken.
Haven't you seen Undercover Brother? They put drugs in that shit.
Right?
Shit.
The general chicken.
They clone Tyrone.
It's not gangster. That's your problem, man. You always trying to be gangster. What are you talking about? The name of the song is called I'm Gangster. You're 5 zippers away from Thriller. Oh, and you're 1 shirt away from Carlton, motherfucker. I mean, come on, play it, lose the paint, man. It's not gangster. That's your.
Anyway, we'll get back to the.
Pharrell like 50 years old. I know that, right? Pharrell look fucking young as fuck. Him and P.Diddy was stuck in on some fucking.
He looks like Master Splinter.
Pharrell?
Pharrell like isn't he like 68?
He's 50 something. Yes, he in his 50s.
Pharrell's like 72.
Pharrell's old. Pharrell's not old, but you know what I'm saying? He's older.
He's in his 50s, bro. That motherfucker look like he's 25.
Right,
he's like 82. Last I heard, he was
said 82. How old is Pharrell? 50 years old.
That's what I said. 50 years old.
50 years old.
Yeah, most of them are 50 now.
Most of them. You mean most of his clones?
Damn. Snoop Dogg's only 52. Pharrell old as hell.
Right? Damn, Pharrell. The fuck, nigga? Why weren't you out here in the 90s, bro?
So y'all heard about that last shit that Diddy was accused of, right?
You sucking
you mean Cassie?
No, the last shit actually was a 17-year-old girl saying, now YouTube, I'm going to warn you right now, there's going to be a lot of referencing on a term, and this is just for educational purposes on the matter.
Just shorten it. Just shorten it. Use the slang terms. We'll know.
Yeah, but I'm not going to, I'm going to have slips of the tongue. I'm not going to say SA the whole time. I know I'm not.
No, but you can say bad touch.
So yeah, but I want to be sensitive. I want to be sensitive to it too. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to say they ran the train on her.
My nigga, are we politically correct or not?
No.
Right? I mean,
talk about buttholes.
17-year-old girl. It was 20 years ago though. She was 17 at the time.
Still fucked up.
Who is this?
Who that?
Did they give her name? No, it's a Jane Doe.
Jane Doe. That's no fun.
I'd want to be anonymous too. I would have shit. Diddy crazy ass.
There's pictures out there. That's big.
She deserves.
But
she's in the studio.
Yeah, but nowadays, like, unless you know what to look for, there is so much AI generated bullshit out here. And
yeah,
but I can know, like, loosely, the hands is really one of the only telling things.
Bro, it's legit, and it's to the point where he can go down, not just for gang rape, he can go for sex trafficking also because he flew her into New York and out of it.
Oh damn,
Jay, I just want to point out real quick. You said SA, but that's a gang rape, so you need to pick a side of this fence.
I'm sorry. Is the word RAPE that the people don't like now? People sensitive. I don't like.
And then you said one of the most brutal versions of it, but you wouldn't say sexual assault. That's what I'm saying. We gotta pick a side of the fence.
I did a mace.
You did a mace. You gave me disclosure, and you did some crazy shit after.
Like, what are we doing?
Oh, goodness.
I mean, shit happens.
You can't go raw with a condom on. You have to go one way or the other. There's no halfway on condom. You're gonna go raw if you do that.
True.
And he was like, that nigga crazy. He said, I'm gonna give a disclaimer. The mental illness.
Now I can.
Okay.
It sounds like you gotta be like mad close to it.
The alleged victim, identified as Jane Doe in court papers, claimed she was brutally SA'd by Combs, Bad Boy Entertainment president Harve Pierre, and a third unidentified man in Combs' Manhattan studio in 2003 when she was 17, according to the civil suit filed in Manhattan federal
She was
court.
like fucking 22. Who gives a fuck?
Pierre,
she's a lying bitch. That bitch sucked his dick, tried to get my knees.
Jeez,
He did it for clout.
He didn't finish the paragraph. He's like, fuck that.
Fuck all them niggas, bro. You didn't make it, Biggie. Not my fault. My nigga, you should have not drove with them fucking bum ass niggas. You should have rolled over.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here. Fuck all them niggas, bro. They just because he made it, he took all their money and he's a funeral. So they try to bury his shit.
Let me see if I can pull up the video I seen that they were talking about the case, because they had the court documents. I didn't pull up the court documents. They were a little graphic.
Pull it up.
A little graphic? Like, I mean, let's be honest. Nymphomaniac is on Hulu. So why do we have to be worried about what we say?
True. I don't know which one it is.
Which is owned by Disney, I want to point out. So if you own Hulu and you happen to see this, and you hear in just this section, there's a movie called Nymphomaniac on there that shows dick and balls and penetration.
Oh yeah,
kids can just come.
It's got Shia LaBeouf
love
in
that
it.
movie. That's my favorite movie all time.
And Willem Dafoe. Get out of here.
Part 1 and part 2.
Of course, Willem Dafoe, right? Willem Dafoe is a great actor, but he always has the weirdest fucking shit. But I don't want to derail it too much.
You saw him in the Boondock Saints.
What movie you said?
Great movie. Weird role.
What movie you talking about, Tyler?
Who said the Boondock Saints?
Nymphomaniac.
Corey.
I love that fucking movie, bro. Part 1, part 2.
Boondock Saints 1 and 2 is great, and I heard 3 might happen.
Fuck 2. 2 wasn't great.
I don't want to see a third one. It's been too
long,
bro.
You saw that part Maniac when she goes to the corner. She's like, I always wanted to have sex with a black guy. She goes up to these two black guys, they brothers, and she brings them upstairs, and then she makes do DP on her, right? So they just pounding her shit, and then it gets she's in heaven. She's in heaven, bro, because they both plug her.
And it shows all this.
They start fighting, bro, because the dude keeps saying, "Yo, your balls are smacking my balls." He said, "No, it's your balls smack my balls." They get out of her and they start fighting. They brothers and shit. And she
Man, grow up. You better Eiffel Tower that shit.
Iris.
Yeah, that's just available on Hulu, the Disney-owned application. So anyway, back to Diddy.
Apparently, it's connected to the Cassie lawsuit, which we're gonna get into a little more in depth after we talk about this. But the court documents, first of all, say, trigger warning, this document contains highly graphic information of a sexual nature, including sexual assault. Keep that in mind, because you're about to hear some very graphic shit.
We're about to get canceled.
I've heard some shit, so let's see.
It's never graphic on here.
I've accidentally come across things before, so we'll see.
That's graphic enough. That's what you get.
It says on November 16th, 2023, Cassandra Ventura, a.k.a. Cassie, filed a 35-page lawsuit in which she exposed Sean Combs for subjecting her to nearly a decade of physical, sexual, and emotional abuse, punctuated by rape, sex trafficking, and being forced to engage in drug-fueled, non-consensual sex encounters with other men. Ordinarily, when a lawsuit such as Ventura's is filed that involves events that took long ago, witnesses are few and far between, and evidence are hard to muster. Not so for claims brought against Mr. Combs. Within minutes of the filing, salient facts of Mr. Ventura's claims were confirmed by various witnesses, including a rival musician whose car Mr. Combs blew up, as well as various individuals who observed Mr. Combs.
Excuse me.
We'll get into who the person was that the car got blown up. Ordinarily, when a lawsuit such as I read that. Only a few days later, two other lawsuits were filed against Mr. Combs. In one, plaintiff Joy Dickerson Neal alleged that Mr. Combs drugged and sexually assaulted her when she was a college student. The other lawsuit accused Mr. Combs and singer Aaron Hall of forcing the plaintiff and another unidentified woman into unconsensual sex. Number 4, at the same time, a fourth lawsuit was filed. This one against Mr. Combs' company and defendant Harvey Pierre, and long-term president of Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings. The suit alleged that Mr. Pierre used his position of power at Bad Boy to groom and sexually assault his former assistant, and that Bad Boy looked the other way at the time. This is now the 5th lawsuit filed against Mr. Combs in the 3 weeks. Incredibly, the allegations brought by Miss Doe are in many ways even more egregious than those brought by the prior victims. Specifically, and we're going to get into all the gritty details right now. So, like I said, trigger warning. Specifically, in 2003, when she was only 17 years old and in the 11th grade, Miss Doe was sexually trafficked and gang raped by Mr. Combs, Mr. Pierre, and the third assailant in short. When she was just a teenager, Miss Doe met Mr. Pierre and the third assailant in a lounge in the Detroit, Michigan area. While at the lounge, Mr. Pierre insisted that he was best friends with Mr. Combs and even called Mr. Combs with Miss Doe. Mr. Combs convinced Miss Doe, who was half his age at the time, to accompany Mr. Pierre and the third assailant on a private jet to come to his studio in New York City. Before they left for the private jet, Mr. Pierre smoked crack cocaine in a bathroom lounge.
God
damn.
Oh, nigga,
I'm curious how they know.
This story getting boring. When we gonna hear something good?
And it's back in the day, too, you know it was real.
In which he also sexually assaulted Miss Doe by forcing her to give him oral sex.
Damn. How you force that? You
so
well, I mean, he's on crack.
He sucked on the grass dick and then forced her to suck his.
She could have bit that shit off.
That's what I'm saying. It's bullshit. She was on crack too. Fucking bitch.
Stupid bitch. She is 17 years old at the time.
Well, what? When I was 13, I fucking smoked.
It don't matter, bro. These are grown men. It happens all the time. These are grown ass men taking advantage of little girls. And unfortunately, you see it in society more than fucking often.
That shit stop happening.
You know,
that shit off.
I just, I hope people that do shit like that get their karmic due this year.
But that's just it, bro. That's just the beginning.
That's the Me Too shit.
Mr. Pierre, third assailant, and other gentlemen then escorted the high schooler to a private jet, which flew them to Teterboro, New Jersey, where SUVs awaited the group, and the 4 of them were driven to Daddy's House recording studio, a studio famously owned and operated by Mr. Combs.
Daddy, bro.
The recording studio is called Daddy's House Recording Studio.
That's that nigga though. You see? Bro, he's that motherfucker.
That's too much.
It wasn't a third assailant because after the first one, you would have not went to the second motherfucker. How you gonna keep? Oh, this guy raped me. Let me see if this guy helps me. No, you was fucking everybody on the team. thought you was gonna get money. You ain't get money, and you wait 13 years later till LBGTQ came out, and then you could be like, all right, shit is crazy out here. Now,
What does that have to do with anything?
Anybody getting money in here now, just say, oh, this nigga touched my butt button 10 years ago.
It's all started with the Cosby movement.
All right, keep
So
going,
while
Jay.
in the studio, Mr. Combs and his associates, including Mr. Pierre, piled Miss Doe with drugs and alcohol. As the night wore on, the 17-year-old Miss Doe became more and more inebriated, eventually to the point that she could not possibly have consented to sex.
Hold on. Before we continue, who wrote that article?
This is the court documents.
Do you realize how many times they say 17-year-old child? Trying to like fucking really convince whoever's listening or reading it. It's
I think they have to do that, bro.
It's fucking no, it's fucking wordplay, bro. They really because
it's also because it's 20 years later. So this lady is 37 years old, and she's speaking out now,
bro.
To the point where she's scared to even give her name.
At 37, that's bullshit. Once you hit 27, you don't give a fuck about nothing.
She's 37 right now.
That's what I'm saying.
27.
Right.
Once you hit 27, you stop caring about shit. You ain't scared no
bro.
more.
Nah, you're scared.
I'm scared.
No, you're not.
Now, while at the studio, Mr. Combs and his associates, including Mr. Pierre, well, I said that, until she got inebriated, eventually to the point where she couldn't consent to sex, much less with somebody twice her age. While at the studio, Miss Doe was gang raped by Mr. Combs' third-party assailant, Mr. Pierre, in that order. While Mr. Combs was raping Miss Doe, he complained that...
Yo, laugh.
You said while Mr. Doe was raping, get the fuck out of here, nigga. I would have been in that room dying, bro. I would have in the courtroom dying, bro.
It said he complained that he could not get off unless she pinched his nipples as hard as she could.
What the fuck?
Yo, that's kinky stuff.
I bet he was listening to Game Fish too by South Park. Kanye.
Mr. Cole then watched on as the third assailant, who Miss Doe had not even realized begun having sex with her, raped Miss Doe as she told him to stop. After the third assailant was finished, Mr. Pierre took his turn at raping Miss Doe and then violently forced her to give him oral sex, during which Miss Doe was choking and struggling to breathe. When Mr. Pierre finished, he left Miss Doe in the bathroom alone.
That's bullshit. They stole this whole dialogue from a fucking porno I saw 2 days ago, nigga. That's like a porno. What the fuck? I swear to God, bro. You see,
Miss Doe
Go ahead, keep going.
lay on the floor. Her vagina was in pain. Finally, after a period of time, Miss Doe regained her bearings. However, she could barely stand up following the gang rape and had to be helped to walk out of the building and back into the car. She was then taken to an airport and flown back to Michigan. However, she was very limited recollection of her transport home and only remembers being in her car sometime early in the morning. Unlike many victims who have come forward after decades, Miss Doe can prove that she not only met Mr. Combs on that night in question, but was in his studio in New York City with him on the night, remembering when viewing Miss Doe was 17 years old. And here there's pictures right here, but they don't show her face. Hold on, I'll show you right now.
Oh, yeah, they'll show her face. Get the fuck out of here.
They can't show her face.
She don't listen. She don't remember nothing of how she got home, but she remember getting slapped and fucking throat being the.
That's a traumatic experience, bro. You can't sit here and get mad about that.
No, nigga. Fuck
I'm sure you would remember it.
No.
He's like, no, I wouldn't remember.
Look, it says
If
it
it
right
happened to me,
there.
if I did it, I'd
Penetration
forget.
double. That's double
That's
penetration backwards. Bro, she's ugly, bro. She not get the fuck out of here, bro. She
Yo,
not
her
even
face-
one of them.
Her face is blocked out.
Bro, look at the fucking raggedy ass skirt. That bitch was the coffee bitch. She was bringing coffee to
Bro,
the
she was 17 years old in 2003. Everybody was wearing that at that time.
I got 5 sisters. Ain't none of them wear that shit.
You lying motherfucker.
That shit look like she was from fucking the Daisy Duke bitch.
Where was she from?
Alabama.
Michigan.
Look at that.
Yeah,
close.
see, they be wearing that up there. Close. How you gonna say that's close, bro? That's a whole northern and southern difference.
Miss Doe lived with her memories of the faithful night for 20 years, during which time she has suffered extreme emotional distress that has impacted nearly every aspect of Miss Doe's life.
She gonna associate the word faithful with that night? That's what she's doing?
Faithful.
It's not, you don't do that, bro. I don't believe that bitch, bro. I'm sorry. I'm on Diddy's side, bro.
You're on Diddy's side? You can disagree with this position, but you're on Diddy's side? Like there's there's a lot more than just this, and you're gonna say you're taking his side.
Diddy's done some shady stuff,
I think you might want to hold on before you cast that vote.
You walk into a
bro, they get so in depth. I'm not reading all of this.
You know you about to get into some crazy shit.
Bro, they get crazy in depth.
You don't give her niggas money. You know what they're about? You know what they're gonna do?
You know, not that I'm casting like any type of like saying that there's lies going on here. Just pointing out an observation. It's very curious that something from so long ago is now being presented after the Cassie announcement of things, and it's so detailed. Because usually with time, you don't maintain detail. And now I understand there's trauma, so you can forget or whatever it may be, or you might really remember. But at the same time, if you really, really remembered it like that, why didn't you go Jane Doe before? Why now? And I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but it's a very curious sequence of events to like why compounding now.
I feel like it's because everything else is coming to light. She might be like, "Oh, well, now it's my time to bring this to light," and
it could be maybe the safety of other things going on. So if like one disappeared, it would drop more.
It is for a payday, bro. That's what it's for.
She was the coffee bitch. She fucked the whole team. Thought she was gonna get money.
She's 17. They flew her out.
Get the fuck out of here. 17 bitches was slinging coke and crack and selling their pussy on our fucking own block, bro.
Not in Michigan, bro. Like
they do all that shit. Detroit,
Michigan's right by Ohio.
Shit is the same shit like New York, nigga. That's the same thing.
It depends on where she was from in Michigan.
Was she from Detroit?
You in the house with a whole bunch of black guys are millionaires that fucking.
You said she's from Detroit?
No, I said maybe she's from Detroit, but I think it is probably like what you were saying, that maybe it's the reassurance that there's other things that have come to light and are staying to light, which makes sense. But it's just very curious that just the recollection aspect of it. But again, with trauma, it could be that trauma stays with you. No, I'm not skeptical. I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I think she's full of shit. I think she's
all right. Well, what do you have to say about Cassie?
Cassie, she another dumb bitch. Cassie's a stupid bitch.
She was 19 at the time.
I feel like you may not have all of the story, Macho.
I have all of the story. I don't. But I just have a feeling that some of it
I can tell you confidently, sir, that Cassie was manipulated and there's some fucked up stuff that definitely has occurred.
I don't know the Cassie story, but I feel like she gotta be stupid if you stay there. and you're gonna wait how many years, and you got money too. I don't know.
But that's what we were saying. It's like because of the whole everything else is coming to light, so she might be like, "Oh, it's my time now to let this out," because other people were talking about Diddy too, like about like different stuff.
You know why I feel like Cassie's a little full of shit too? It's Cassie from the hood too. You ever try you if you ever try to touch a little fucking girl, they screaming, bro. Yo, ma, yo, this nigga touched me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. Manipulate. Yeah, you right.
But she wasn't home. She went to his house. She went to like a group full of people.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? Why wouldn't
she? A group full of fucking black dudes, bro. Why? Why you go there? Wait. Why you go there, bro? You 19. Why you going there? Because
I wouldn't. I'm asking. I don't know. I'm not her.
You want money. You want to suck dick, bro. That's what you're doing. That's why you going there. There's money there. There's men there. There's everything. Drugs. You going there. You know what's going on.
She probably thought she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have my chance with Diddy," but she didn't know she was gonna get all his friends too.
She know what goes on there. She knew what was going on there, and she rolled the dice.
Look, at 19, you have no idea what's going on the upper echelons of famousness, money, and celebrityhood. There's nothing. Nobody who is not there is prepared for that level of lifestyle. Nobody. And every single person's gonna deal with it differently. And if you're a young woman who's attractive and a fledgling R&B star, and somebody comes in acting like they're gonna be a male mentor for you, and then they act like there's actually kind of a vibe going on, you're old enough, you can interact with that person. What a power move for you. And then it turns out this motherfucker now controls like all your shit going on, and you're in a very, very fucked situation.
And then they also are like, "Yo, if you ever tell anybody, we'll have you killed or some type of stuff." So it's like, why not wait years until they forget about it?
Threats and intimidation are not a joke.
Yeah. Like, yo,
especially if somebody has
this,
hundreds of millions of dollars.
You know they know people too.
Oops. Like people still wonder, like, didn't kill certain major stars, and nobody really knows, because if he did, he had the money at the time, and he has the money now to make sure that information is suppressed.
Yeah,
just like many other people.
And back then it was easier to suppress information. Now it's kind of harder.
I feel like the people that he might have killed deserve the shit anyways.
What the fuck?
Biggie? Tupac? Other random dudes?
Fuck them.
We'll get to some of that.
You a cold ass nigga, Macho.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. He ain't making
those are New York chins speaking.
Posted of him and Cassie. And it was so odd because Cassie just looked like she was out of it and she was hiding from him. And I was like, what in the world is going on? Y'all need to watch this video. Look at this.
What you got to say now? What you got to say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby, yo, babe. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby.
Was she hiding under a blanket?
She was in the room with him.
Question: is there anything that you may want to confess tonight before you go in?
I keep everything right here. Or right here.
Yeah. You angelic all the time?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I was in a dark place for a few years, you know what I'm saying? And I special thank y'all. Thank you. Shout out, thank you. All that love. I gotta give a special thank you to the people that was really like there for me. Bishop T.D. Jakes.
That's not good.
My chief of staff, Christina Coram, KK, Lorianne Gibson, keeping me free.
Keeping you free.
You know what else I'm getting tired of? Is all these videos you see of people and they do them stupid ass songs over the background so loud you can barely hear what they're saying. I'm getting tired of that, bro. You can't hear nothing no more.
There was a video here, and I don't know what the fuck it is.
How old is this? How old is all the P. Diddy and Cassie stuff?
How some of this shit is recent, But how would you still stay with this nigga this whole time? You got money too.
Most recent thing was 20.
Imagine this, if you can, Macho. Okay,
I know
you a young buck, right?
Yeah.
And you come across, and what was like your dream shot of like if you had anything that you wanted to do?
Make it to NBA.
Be what?
Make it to the NBA. The NBA.
Make it to the NBA? Okay. So say that you were doing well, you were trying, like you had the numbers, but you couldn't really get in somewhere. But there was a female talent scout that saw you and was like, hey, I had the connections, I see what you can do, I'm gonna get you through. And they get you into a good college and you're going through the college and your shit's going great. You're starting a career out, right? And you're only there 2 years or something like that, and they're like, hey, I can blow you up even more. And at this point, you're old enough to where it's like, hey, like we kind of got a vibe, and you start fucking with her, and you think it's cool and everything. There's little slight weird vibes on the background because she don't really tell you about what she be doing like that because that's not at your
And
level.
then she starts
You're
getting
just
you
you're just
everything
a star. You're doing a basketball player, but you know what? You're there, you together, you're connected. She buying things for you because you ain't got shit. You don't have no money. You're not getting money, but you're talented. People recognize you. You're famous, but you ain't got no fucking money. So now you got this going on, and then you got her managing your career. She's now your agent. She's handling all that shit, taking care of you. Like, oh, don't worry, I got you. And then you just start trying to peer in and see what's going on, and she gets real aggressive, and then starts reminding you about how you now suddenly have, without your knowledge, become entirely reliant upon her. Without her, you don't have somewhere to live. You don't have nothing to eat. You have nowhere to drive. You don't have no protection from the general fans and things that are out there. You don't have fucking shit without her. And you didn't realize that because you were too focused on being your talent, because that was the whole point, to make you focus on your talent and use you for whatever the fuck you could offer, which in this case would be your talent and your dick. And she puts you in a position to where now you're getting used as you want whenever she wants. And maybe you don't want that shit. And then she drugs you one day and you don't know what's going on. And she tries to tell you this shit. Now there's psychological manipulation. And sometimes if you're not acting the way she wants, she's going to start telling you some shit. Or she might have the money to make it look like it's one way.
Or
this is the type of relationship that I'm talking about here. But instead of it being a male to a female, which removes a physical aspect of things, and in terms of intimidation, a woman's not going to be able to intimidate you like a man will.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just not going to happen. She can utilize their power to intimidate you, but a man in and of himself can intimidate you more than a woman will in general. So if you flip that to where you're a 19-year-old girl now going to do a similar thing and becoming famous and being a singer, that's way fucked. And it's not a matter of just like choosing, oh, I need to get out of here and oh, my CDs are in his truck. That's not the situation. You are now reliant to your abuser to a level that they control what people think of you, what you say, how you're perceived. Right. That's what's used against you.
So it's her fucking fault still. Somehow, some fucking way.
No, the fame and desire for the fame is used to get you in to be abused. Just like anybody else in Hollywood or music or this industry, all these people with talent want to be known and famous for their talent. So they're going to do what they think they have to do. But going back to what I said before, nobody knows what the fuck that really means unless you've been there. And a lot of people that have been there have a lot of stories who didn't get famous. And there's a lot of people that have been there that have a lot of stories about how shit is fucked up. And this is one person out of many and many different instances that have described how they were going in and how they thought things were one way, because that's how you get people to rely on you. You become their confidant, their friend, more so than the people that actually are. And you make them reliant upon them to the point that you don't realize you're not in control of your life. They do that for a living, to make a profit off of you, because you're a commodity, not a person. And until you distinguish your value as a commodity, and you, as long as you follow what they tell you to do, you're going to live the life that you'd want to live as long as you believe that's what you're doing. But you lose all that control. And unless you recognize I have no control. This shit is fucked. Yeah, I'm going out and people are loving what I am, and I'm able to sing, or I'm able to act, and I'm able to do this and that. I got all these raving reviews, but when I go home, I get abused, I get used, I get all these unbelievable, terrible things done to me, and nobody knows it because the person that controls my career also controls the narrative about my life. What the fuck do you do when you have infinitely less wealth and contact and ability of that person, and everything in your life is
because
reliant upon
the first time you try to say something, they're gonna say, "Oh, I own you. I own you. You nothing without me. Where you going?"
I know what you do. You wait 13 years to fucking tell the police and get a fucking case. Why she fucking do that before? Why
Because
she
it's
waited
easier.
so
It's
many years?
easy
You don't
because it's easier
wait
to
years.
withhold.
Hold on, honestly, think about it like this. No, you have to think about it like
You're
this.
thinking about it too easy.
Diddy had connections, bro.
She's a stupid bitch.
She came in. When did she come in? She came in when Diddy was almost at the top of peak of his fucking fame, where he had already, conspiracy theory wise, he already has bodies under him that nobody knows are his. Conspiracy wise, you know what I mean? Not only do you hear
he's richer,
you see the intimidation that he commands when he walks around. You see the intimidation he commands with some of the biggest people in the industry or outside of the industry. And you see that he has no care in the world when it comes to law enforcement or repercussions for his actions.
He blew up a motherfucker's car.
Right, bro. He blew up Kid Cudi's car for fucking with her.
Kid Cudi, not a random person. Kid Cudi's car.
A popular person.
And he's not in jail.
Balcony, bro. He hung Wale over a balcony.
Kid Cudi made like
for recording with her.
Yeah.
It's
serious.
like,
why not wait until it's the right time to do it? Because if he can get to famous people that are well known and a lot of followers, he can damn sure get to somebody.
Why wait until he has more money? Why wait until he's more famous?
Because it's easy. It's easier to get the information out now than it was 10, 15, maybe 5 years ago.
You want to know what my opinion is?
That makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. That it's easier to get the information out because once you leak
you
it, millions of people. Yeah,
I
millions of people. Well,
I still think she's stupid. Maybe the trauma made her stupid. Maybe she was an intelligent little girl, and then all the trauma that he caused made her stupid.
Well,
because
think about it. Think about it like this.
People don't wait. It don't matter how scared you are, because
it has nothing to do with that.
It has all to do with fear. It's all about the fear. It's about fear mongering. He fear mongered her.
Yeah,
so she's scared.
Right.
Why would you wait?
He probably took her away from her family, took her away from everything she knows, made her famous, made her meet new family in quotations, and then just did the things he did to her. And then said, "Yo, if you ever tell anybody, I'm gonna kill you." Stared at her straight in her face, like, "I will kill you."
She tells him now. She tells him now where he could get her killed even faster. And more
because there's already enough backlash. There's already enough backlash against P.Diddy.
But now that's a viral thing.
Yeah,
once
now
it's a
like,
viral thing,
about
you can't just take somebody out because that's immediately gonna paint you as a motherfucker. Whether it's you directly, if they die, you are fucked. So as long as this is in people's minds and it gets going in the courts, it doesn't really matter if it dies off, but it matters how it got enough level to where people will know, be like, oh, Cassie randomly died, or that random Jane Doe died, and there's this stuff going on with Diddy. That's not random.
Yeah, and
that's not random.
And they'll label it as a drug overdose, or she died in a hot tub, or she died.
She shot herself in the head
she
twice.
Shot herself, and it's like, no, like what? That don't make no sense. Shot in your head.
That shit happens all the fucking time,
Yeah,
and as long as something's high profile, it reduces the chance.
There's been cases that somebody hung themselves and shot themselves, and they still labeled it as a suicide.
Isaac Cappy somehow shot himself and jumped off a bridge.
Yeah.
You know why? Because all the shit he was saying never went viral, but it went viral after he died. And they don't give a fuck after people die. This shit is very, very real. This is not like a case of dumb women situation like you might think in certain situations. It's not that. This doesn't like come off like a Bill Cosby situation where it feels like people were paid to lie, or a Michael Jackson situation where we know people were paid to lie in a certain regard or did lie. This is something with actual allegations, with actual evidence that documents it over time.
There's no one saying that P. Diddy like that. There's no one saying that he's this. He's
there, but
now
it doesn't matter. He's a master of public persona. He's a man that made himself famous off of making house parties, and then he got to a point to where he helped produce some of the most legendary people in hip hop, namely Biggie. And off of Biggie alone, he's been able to ride as a label of legacy because he knows how to do branding and how to put out his name. He knows what to hide. He knows what to show. And that's why all of this shit has been able to go on for so long, because there's not been a way to make things viral. But now it is very, very easy for something to come out and be like, oh, there's this allegation. You might rub that off, but then you hear another one, and then you hear another one, and then you see more backup for the other one, and then there's more and more, and you start to be like, okay, you know what? I should probably pay attention to this. And then people start talking about it. And when people start talking about that shit, no amount of money you have is going to be able to hide it.
I got hungry, so I had to go run and grab something. So I'll let y'all talk for a second. But there are people talking about it. There's been people talking about it for fucking years, bro. One person is namely 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Shout out to petty ass.
He's come out a lot of times and he's been calling out a lot of people.
Let me just show you one video of 50 Cent talking about the pictures he got. Because y'all all seen the pictures of Cassie that came out, but he said he got the ones worse.
Yeah, I definitely have not, because I'm unfortunately not in those lanes, but I have heard about him talking about pictures he's got, and that shit was fucked.
Yeah, I haven't.
Like, he wasn't even explicit about it, but you could tell, like, the way he was talking about it, like that. Nope, no.
So 50
I got it right here.
That's saying, oh, P. Diddy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, 50 don't like P. Diddy. 50's never liked him.
50 said that a long time ago after Diddy asked him to go shout.
She recalls in her lawsuit how during some FOs, Mr. Combs would become extremely intoxicated and would hit Miss Ventura in front of the male S workers. Cassie then goes on to describe how frequently her anxiety before an FO would become so great that she would become physically ill, sometimes to the point of vomiting. But while kneeling over the toilet, Mr. Combs would shame her into performing for him, eventually forcing her to get up and proceed with the encounter. She knew firsthand that telling Mr. Combs that she did not want to engage in FOs was met with anger, and Diddy would allegedly threaten Cassie that she could not go to the police because she had a lot to lose. Cassie also specifically said that Diddy started treating these FOs like they were a part of her job. The FOs became work for Miss Ventura, and despite her protestations, Mr. Combs insisted on these intricately staged and forced encounters between Miss Ventura and various male S workers. So as you can see, by all legal definitions, what Diddy was allegedly doing is called ST, and it's a federal crime. So let's hope that the authorities will take this seriously and launch an official investigation. Cassie's allegations. Just because Diddy settled with Cassie does not
figured it's sex trafficking.
Won't get involved and decide to open their own investigation, especially now that evidence is starting to surface that Diddy allegedly distributed footage of Cassie's encounters. And it looks like
she can't say certain things.
And he became
the video get taken down.
Audio from 50's appearance on a radio show. 50 can be heard saying he received some disturbing footage of Cassie. 50 knew that Cassie was in a relationship with Diddy at the time, so he called Diddy to warn him about this. But to his shock, Diddy was completely calm, and it sounded like he already knew about the footage. Now, while you listen, please ignore the other two clowns who are laughing and notice how 50 was dead serious, which means whatever he saw was extremely alarming.
They sent me the girl pictures. Like, girl, like, not the shit that y'all saw. Worse, way worse.
Wow. Oh, you kidding me up?
Like penetration pictures and
Nah, come on, man. Come on, Phil.
all that. And I called him. I said, yo, you really with this girl? Like, you really, like, you like her like that? And he was like, yeah. And I said, that's my girl. I'm like, all right, I'm going to send you something. You look at it, you call me back. I sent him the photos, the pictures and everything. And then he called back and was like, yo, thanks, man. Yo, I really appreciate that. Yo, where you get these shit from? And I said, you know, like, 'cause they know, like, if something crazy is going on, if they send it to me, I'll make sure it get out there. Like, as far as this video.com is concerned.
Yeah.
And those other properties. So they sent it to me. But, you know, I really kind of felt like those photographs were not happening because of Cassie. I felt like they was happening because of Puffy.
Fans are now speculating.
Wow. Like they laugh, and the fact that they're laughing in the background too. Like what?
Motherfuckers don't take nothing serious.
I think he got a crush on Cassie.
You think what?
I got a crush on her, nigga. Take her side.
What?
He got a crush on her. He taking her side.
What?
No.
I mean, you ain't gotta have a crush on somebody to take their side, though.
He taking her side just cause.
Nigga, you the only one not on her side.
Bro, fuck that bitch, bro. I know when somebody's lying, there's something wrong in this story.
Bro, he's not the only one that's come out and said.
I don't give a fuck, bro. These are all fucking hood niggas.
How many corroborations do you need of somebody doing fuck shit until you think that they're fucking? Like, do you like Diddy?
See it. I gotta fucking see it, bro. I don't like Diddy.
You have to see to believe. You can't.
Women are trifling, bro.
Do you have to see the sun to know that it's gonna rise in the morning?
They will fucking put shit in their pussy, my nigga, and lie, bro. I'm telling you, bitches is trifling, bro. That bitch will not stay that long. She have fame. She could have just walked away.
Macho, I'm gonna let you know you're off base.
There's a lot of people that can be famous.
I made the whole run.
But it's
You're
not just because she
one.
has she has fame doesn't mean that she can up and run.
Oh, that's bullshit, bro. We don't have fame. It's bullshit, bro. It's bullshit. I don't give a fuck how powerful you are. You gonna tell somebody, bro, and it's gonna be out way before.
But what we was saying earlier is you can tell people all you want until it gets that emotional traction on social media, then it's not real.
Traction. You go to a fucking house.
This has been rumors that has existed for years. This is not like stuff that is like, oh, this is the first time we've heard these things. This is just the culmination of things that have been said for decades.
This is also something that you need witnesses for to prove.
You don't, nigga. You don't. You're a fucking girl.
Without physical evidence, you see that.
This nigga did this. You're a female. They automatically locking you up, and they're gonna find out. And once he gets locked up, it's gonna be in the news. Why he locked up?
If you're a nobody,
why he's not locked up? Because he hasn't been put in cuffs yet.
If you're a nobody, that's easy. You can allegate somebody. And be like, oh, hey, she touched me. But if you're famous, you know people. Yeah, you can't like. If you know people in Hollywood, then all this stuff would have been out in the light.
The counter-sue measures that come out to you if you don't have enough evidence for a case is so heavy and expensive that you will shut the fuck up so you don't have to pay anything because they have more lawyers than you. They already thought about this possibly happening. So if you don't really have what you fucking need, don't fucking come. And that's why nobody ever fucking comes. So now that there's a way to have a platform of virality to where this shit can get out there, that allows you to maintain and point out all your points of references, not only for now, but in the past that corroborate the statements now. So then people don't be like, okay, she's just lying, because there's stuff in the past that's happened where there's been no real corroborations, and then it's come out later that there was bullshit involved. This does not come off this way. This is a lifelong thing going on that has been just building and building, and now it is at a point to where with this particular person, because Puffy is not a poor motherfucker by any sense, there is now enough evidence and enough people with confidence to come out at the same time that this something can actually be done. The fact that something happened to you and who have evidence doesn't mean a goddamn thing if you're a nobody with $20 million and you're trying to take somebody who's worth more than $250 million. You don't mean a fucking thing to that person, nor the power, the connections that they have built. You are nothing. You are nobody.
They're gonna look at
so
you and
the
say,
fact
"We'll
that they're
bury
coming
you."
out now is not questionable. It's what makes sense. You can't just start a legal case. You have to build it. This isn't the culmination of like, oh, they're just now putting a lawsuit against Diddy. You have to build a case. They're not talking about how long this took to build. Maybe she's been building for 8 years because she knew and was advised that this is going to be fucking hard. So if you're going to do this, not only do we have to be fucking quiet about it, but we have to get the evidence. We have to get corroborations. We have to find all of this fucking shit. This is not a dumb bitch, Macho. You are fucking up here, bro.
Look,
how about this, Mach? How about this? If you don't believe her and you don't believe the 17-year-old, right? Let's start looking at stuff from the beginning of the inception of Puff Daddy, right? All the way through, and you tell me if this is not a grimy motherfucker that would do all this type of shit. Look at the first one, right? Kim Porter, his baby mom, right? She's the one that birthed most of his kids, except I believe the newest one. She was with Al B. Sure, who with Heavy D and Andre Harrell made up Uptown Records with Diddy. That's where he got his start. Right? Check out the fucking conspiracy between all of that.
See this already.
I'll be sure. Heavy
See this already.
and Puffy. And Kim, she was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting? You want to know what they all had in common, though? They were all
She's still alive to tell a story.
And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life, and then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? It's too many coincidences. Fuck you, Honeycomb. We gonna get you and your little dog too.
The reason why she would still be alive and people like that is because they don't get popular enough that it's a concern. But if they talk enough about things that if you get rid of them, people are going to get curious. Sometimes because people are telling the truth, you don't get rid of them. You let them talk because by not acknowledging it, it allows you to obfuscate the truth.
So why would he kill the
talking,
other people that was in, the other people she was talking about? Why would he kill them but not her?
Because now he owns the shit. It's all his. He doesn't have to split it.
There's mad suspicious circumstances around her whole death. First of all, the first coroner said they ruled it a heart attack or heart failure.
Yeah, he was fucking fat, nigga. He had fucking problems.
Which is the same thing that Heavy D and Andre Harrell died from. Which there are chemicals there that you can put in a human body that'll simulate that of a heart attack and shit like that.
Who are we talking about? I'm sorry, I stepped away real quick.
They were both fucking overweight.
The second autopsy said she died from pneumonia.
Who are we talking about? I stepped away for a second.
Kim Porter.
Oh, okay.
That's Diddy's first wife. And we're also talking about his associates that he established the initial label with and how everybody pretty much died except him.
Except Diddy and Al B. Sure, but Al B. Sure ended up in a coma. And they were all writing tell-all books, the same thing as Cassie. Except Cassie played it smart and she took her time and didn't end up dead. She ended up with $30 million fucking dollars.
Which is nothing. Let's be clear. That's nothing.
Right. Especially after all them lawyer fees, because they're
to
still
you
gonna...
and me, that's a lot of money. But in the context of who it is and what it is, that's nothing. Because the man is still free.
Right. And
it's just like a slap in the face.
Let's even go right, exactly.
Right.
But that's not even gonna stop it, even if they want to take it to trial, because even with the hush money, he can still be convicted. Anyway, Biggie and Pac is the same thing. The circumstances around their death. I don't even have to say anything about Pac because it's obvious, almost too obvious, that Diddy may have had something to do with it. But there's also a conspiracy that says Suge had something to do with this.
No, you didn't hear it was Keefy D. Keefy D did it. You didn't hear? Keefy D killed
right.
It. That's what they said.
Keefy D said that Puff Daddy is the one that fucking paid him to kill Pac. Now, the fact that they probably don't have the evidence to get Diddy for that kind of makes me think this is why they're getting him on all these charges. They're pulling a OJ on him. They couldn't get OJ for Nicole Simpson's death, so they waited years and they got him on him stealing his memorabilia at gunpoint, and he did time.
Yeah.
So this is what I feel in my heart.
Was just fucking wild.
Right, it was fucking crazy. But the whole Biggie shit is somebody, I don't remember who it was, but somebody said they seen a person with a bow tie and a well put together black dude with glasses shoot Biggie, right? They didn't say it was a Crip or anything. They said it looked more like a Muslim. And the same person that they described was seen at Puffy's car 10 minutes before Big was shot. On top of that, they were driving in the same car. So in order to make Big's car stand out, Diddy put a sticker on the tire, one of Biggie's promotional stickers on the tire that Biggie was driving in.
To be like, yo, here's the right car.
Yeah, something I was thinking about. It's ironic.
Why?
All the people that died, in, let's say, you know, Puffy's the one that killed them. Let's say they always was talking about who's gangster in their songs. I killed this motherfucker. I'll shoot you in the face.
Puffy didn't do it himself.
Both niggas died, and Puffy's still alive.
His money did it, bro. His money did it.
Exactly. Who the real gangster? Who the real king of the throne? Fuck both of them niggas. And both their fucking songs was overrated. Both of their fucking music was overrated.
This man.
Straight up.
Yo, you a savage tonight. What the fuck what did you eat?
I know. Like
no, nothing. I just
for somebody that don't like Diddy, you're fucking hard body defending.
You're kind of riding right now, bro. You're riding that dick.
There's certain things that happens behind locked doors that
what did Diddy do for you, and what has he done as a person that makes you feel like he deserves you to defend him at all?
He probably killed Big Pun, and he's mad about that.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that fucking are getting locked up that are famous, and they get locked up for the right things. They get locked up for the wrong things.
But where here have you seen where Diddy doesn't deserve to go to jail?
What about Shine? What about Shine and J-Lo, right? They went to the club with Diddy. Somebody threw a stack of money in Diddy's face. Diddy started shooting. Shine started shooting. Diddy and J-Lo dipped on Shine, got in the car. He hid the fucking gun in the back of the truck, tried to get the driver to say the gun was his when they got pulled over. Fucking they got taken in, and somehow Shine did 10 years and Puffy walked out scot-free.
More money. It's about the money, like I was saying. I don't know. I just think like people probably
you're not a moralist motherfucker. You know.
Right. Fuck all right. Fuck all Puffy's conspiracies, right? What about his proven track record with his talent? How about that? What about Mace, The Locks, 112, B5, The Band, Day 26, Danity Kane? All of them. They don't have their masters. They
don't
own their publishing, right? It took the Locks fucking 20 years to get their publishing back, and that's because they had to fucking fight tooth and nail and fucking get mad lawyers and all that other bullshit. You didn't hear the shit on Hot 97?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just think that's their fault for not fucking reading the fine print.
Suge went to jail for less. He ran somebody over, but in terms of cumulative alleged charges, he went to jail for less. And Suge was a monster.
Right.
He's a monster. I think I have a feeling that Suge and Puff had a lot, like they were in cahoots with a lot of other shit.
Maybe, but Puff was much better in who he was able to betray and work over. Diddy doesn't give a fuck about nobody about himself. Period.
Right, look at this.
He says
on the radio.
He had a fucking temper tantrum in a fucking video where he's going off going, I get what I want. I get what I want. He's a fucking child with millions and millions and millions of dollars, and he gets what he wants because he will pay people to shut up and to do what he wants. Because people like you and me, if we're paid $250,000 to shut the fuck up and not talk about the fact that he acts like a fucking child and shit and just do what he says, people are going to want to do $250,000 and they're going to shut the fuck up because you're also going to have to sign an NDA anyway to get that wage and be looking like you're balling because you're shutting the fuck up. Oh, I want some
the way Macho's talking, I'm starting to think he got paid off.
I wish they gave me $250,000. I would have shut down this episode. Nah.
Check this out.
What's up?
I mean, yo, check this out, man. The last time y'all did this, man, y'all did the whole campaign, let the Locks go and all that. Y'all ain't want to be down with Bad Boy, so we let y'all go. Y'all want to be down with us, we let y'all go, we keep it moving. But to get on there and portray like somebody got to go and steal and rob and be shysting y'all, that ain't really correct. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm at my office right now. I'm always accessible. Y'all ain't got to get on the radio and do certain tactics and do certain things to ever holler at me. Jadakiss, last time I saw you, I told you, let's get together, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? I told you I'm accessible. I said, if anything don't come, if there's somebody standing in the way for you expressing yourself, if any of y'all expressing yourself, y'all can come get at me directly. You know what I'm saying? All that throwing the refrigerator and you going to kill, y'all ain't killing nobody. Man, you know what I'm saying? We businessmen. We all mature adults. Say all that right there. I'm at my office. Y'all can sit on this interview with her and talk as long as y'all want to talk about it, or you can take the invitation I gave you before. But it's not even getting there because of your get on the radio, whatever tactics. I ain't your enemy.
Dog, we
you need to bang like that on that's coming at you. I ain't your enemy.
Just yesterday we got a note from your office saying you don't have no idea of none of this or nothing.
Just yesterday, your lawyer told us that.
I see you at the show backstage. You said find out what it was.
But don't sit here and portray like Puff took nothing from y'all.
What is it? What is it? What do you call it? What do you call it? And don't say we can come to your office or do none of that, because we can't do none of that. We can't handle it no other way but with lawyers, and you know that, so don't get on the radio and act like a tough guy or none of that.
Wait, you know how we can settle?
You acting tough.
So why don't we stop talking on the radio?
Now, you want people to stop talking because you just don't want to know the truth, dog. We made one record with you, Money, Power, Respect. It's 10 years later, and you still got half of our publishing. Now, there's no way you can make it justifiable that you said you deserve half of our publishing.
To my face, we just at the concert. You ain't saying nothing.
What are we gonna do? Saying it to your face? Get sued? What do you want us to do? We can't touch. We can't be violent. Or none of that. We can't even have.
You saying all this, dog? 2 years ago, Levels in Miami.
Let's recognize real. Y'all know where the office is at. There's a big sign on it. I'm gonna be
the whole National Guard's downstairs too. Cut it out, man. We can't talk
in this. I'm a grown ass man, man.
You're a coward.
And I don't take nothing.
You're a coward. Don't say you're a thief.
Okay.
You're a
thief.
Come
to the office, man. Come to the office so we can straighten it out there.
Yo, how we just three guys you don't even mess with. You had your Ace Boom Tools publishing.
You call me whatever
you won't let his publishing go.
I'm at the office.
He cutter.
You won't let your man's publishing go.
You gonna argue in front of New York. That's the way you want.
Do you own your man's publishing go?
Did nothing to y'all, man.
Do you own your man's publishing?
New York could believe it or whatever. I don't
Do you own your man's publishing?
I can sleep good at night because I ain't never did nothing to y'all. And if y'all ever want
Dog, you had a whole bunch of artists that
don't like ugly, Puffy.
Dog, you had a bunch of artists whose careers never went right with you, dog. Be for real, dog. Look at the list.
We don't want to be found.
You the artist that been best for yourself. Look at your list, dog. Look at all the artists you dealt with. Look at the situation they dealt with. The world not happy with you gone. Faith not happy with you gone. We not happy with you gone. Faith not happy with you gone.
Wow. All right, he's hung up. He's gone. Hello?
Okay, so real quick, I want to point out a very poignant point that was made in that conversation where he said, you know that this can only be handled with lawyers, so don't act like you're tough. And the point there was, you're not a fucking gangster. You have way more money than we do that makes you act like you're gangster. Other people do gangster shit for you. But if this was really on the same level, the way that you're acting, he would have had a beef where people would have been on the streets shooting his shit the fuck up. And the only reason that didn't happen because of the way he acted is because he had a barrier of money. That's it. And that's the point he made right there. He said, don't start fucking around and acting like you're tough when you know this has nothing to do with toughness. You are barriered such that the only way to access you is through your lawyers. And that's what we're trying to do. But your shit is set up to where that's not possible.
Let me ask you, son. Why didn't they go to the studio? Why didn't they go to his office?
Because by law they can't. And they can't get physical with him. They've been saying in that interview, they said that
gonna get killed. They're gonna get killed. They're gonna get killed.
That's your fucking point.
You're proving our
point.
He's a gangster, bro.
No, he's not. Puffy is a pussy. He has money. He has money. He can't fight. He can't shoot. He can't kill. He can't do anything. All he can do is use his money to make other people do shit because people are fucking poor. That's not gangster. That's using a fucking research. No. Gangsters don't do that. Gangsters become respected because they got where they are by doing gangster shit. This fucker did house parties and marketed gangsters and made money off of them and then killed them and now makes more money off of their dead sales than when they were alive. The only thing gangster about him is that he's a fucking evil cunt like most fucking gangsters out there. He's not respectable. He's a fucking piece of shit. He's a fucking piece of shit. And he acts that way. He's been that fucking way. And ain't no goddamn thing you can say that can defend this motherfucker. Not a goddamn thing.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now where some of his influence and power may come from, and that's just speculation on my part, and some other people's part that I when I was doing research, they mentioned his name, is Ray Dalio. Anybody know who that is? Ray Dalio.
I do not.
He's an American billionaire and investor of hedge funds. And Diddy's mentor.
So a man who did nothing to make his money except use other people's money.
Pretty much.
What could go wrong?
Hedge funding is a scam. But continue, sir.
That's what all of us people, most of us people do.
Yep.
He has to be tied somehow to the elite or the Illuminati. And this is, like I said, again, speculation on my end. Any Hoosiers. There hasn't just been speculation of how fucked up he is, of a bit, how much of a fucked up businessman he is, or how much he takes advantage of young women, but also of young men. Anybody heard that?
Yeah,
I heard a little bit.
Was making out with Will Smith and shit
in the club.
I never heard that shit.
What?
That's why.
This guy was telling the story about it. Jamie Foxx.
What?
That's why Jamie Foxx got sick.
They said that he was in the club and he saw he was in the same club as them.
It wasn't the club.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't. Jamie Foxx went to a house party and he went into a fucking room. He was talking about P.Diddy. He used to throw these parties, man, crazy, this, and that. And he was having an interview. I think it was on fucking Sway's show or one of those shits. He started talking about it. He said, I went to one of his parties, and when I opened the fucking door, he sees Will Smith making out with fucking P.Diddy.
Yeah, I heard that story different. I heard they were like maybe they wasn't in the club, but they was around other people, but they was off in the cut. Like they was in the back of everybody. And like he looked across and he saw them making out. And he's like, yo, this ain't for me. And
that's not a reliable story though.
If you're at a party, you're
fucking club in the dark music. You see, wow,
that just seems so wild.
You can tell the difference between like you can see that it's Will Smith.
Not when you fucking drink.
Yo, what the fuck? Like you put that image in my head, and it's hard to get out right now because it just looks so fucking ridiculous. I feel like it's a movie scene I never wanted to see, and I don't know why it's in the movie. What the fuck?
It probably was a club.
Yo, what about this shit?
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit. I like that.
I'll be practicing. I got
Now that could be a nickname though. I went to school with this kid, and his nickname was Daddy.
I think he was just being
no. No.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go.
No. You don't say.
Nah, because there's a friend of mine. We went to school together. His nickname, his whole family and everybody called him Daddy, like straight up. Like, yo, what's up, Daddy?
So they went like Daddy, like that was a daddy, right? Not like that.
Nah, but you and your friends.
I feel like he got gay tendency.
Okay.
You think he got gay tendency? Like his mannerisms are kind of
okay.
gay.
So you think Diddy's nickname for Fabulous is Daddy, right?
I mean, it could be. You never know. I'm not saying.
Okay,
I'm not on
check
his
this
side.
out.
Oh, he called Meek Mill.
I feel like
too.
that's one thing I ain't gonna fight. I think he gay.
Yeah, I feel like he's gay.
Man, you deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
That's gay. That's gay.
Yeah. Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy.
You don't call another man with no shirt on Daddy. That's kind of weird.
That's because that's his fucking.
What about
name.
this? What about this?
That shit to everybody.
What?
P.Diddy, Puff Daddy Cole.
Yeah, but you're not gonna sit there and be like, I'm not gonna look at you with no shirt on in the pool and be like, hell yeah, Daddy, that's what I'm talking about. You deserve
Daddy. You deserve this, Daddy.
Yeah, you put in that work, Daddy.
Say it like once. You can't keep saying it. More than once, it's not a joke.
I should off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and pause, but like that's how. I mean, back in the days when he was like 10, I was a little bit older. His older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented.
Jay.
But it's my
Before pause was invented.
It's crazy. Everybody in the room quiet.
Wrestle off of the frosted flakes.
Yo, Jay, look up that video.
He known for saying gay shit when he drunk. That's all.
Look up that video of Usher when he's drunk and they're on like a talk show and it's him and P. Diddy talking across each other and he says some sly shit on the talk show and it's like
I think Usher gay too though.
Everybody was like, "Hey, it's like
sucking
real
dick
awkward."
Something ain't right, you all.
It's nothing like
That one, yeah.
You know, so we see each other around, but we don't get it. Usher, how you been, man? I've been seeing you so long. How much did we drink?
Hey, Ned. Hey, Diddy, you gone.
You don't even know what's going on. You trying to say something, Asher?
I'm trying to say something.
What do you want to say?
I don't know if I should, but I'm trying.
Well, we drank a little bit. You drank a lot.
Because you drank that whole can of beer. Yeah, you drank that beer. You drank 2 shots of tequila.
Yeah, right.
You drank
Fired
1 Caipirosha.
Let me say fired up.
Yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't sound like that much, but okay.
Your forehead is sweating like Uncle Leroy at the dinner table.
Must be some good ass tequila.
It ain't that hot.
Want some more Everyone at this table.
Wow. Okay. If I could only eat one food for the rest of my life, my favorite thing to eat.
Yeah.
I can't with y'all.
No, I'm
This
saying
is a random ass
fish.
fan.
Yeah, this might be a different one that I've seen. I've seen something like this, but there was more background on it.
Clams, oysters, mussels.
Seafood.
Yeah, there you go.
Got it.
You have to do a big category.
I see it, I eat it. There you go.
Go ahead, brother.
That was bad, Courtney.
There was another
I
one
wonder
where
if
it was
one
like
time
that.
Diddy
Kim
told
know
him like
all his
the only thing you eat is dick.
You understand?
And
Kim knew why he was using the butt plug.
I'm not sure if it's the same STD that Usher was getting sued over, because there's a time a woman named Quantasia Sharpton, along with the Jane Doe and John Doe, who sued Usher, claiming they all had relations with Usher. And they all said he risked their health by not telling them about his alleged herpes diagnosis, and were seeking unspecified damages. The woman, who did not identify herself, said that she slept with Usher at least twice, and after contracting herpes from him, her twins were stillborn. So maybe he got that from Diddy. Also, when it comes to Diddy, we can't ignore the number of times people have said that they have receipts that he is definitely on the DL. For starters, Gene Deal previously said that he witnessed something very questionable when he was watching Diddy's door at a hotel.
He said, yo, Gene, watch the door. Don't let nobody come through here. And I said, I watched the door. If I watched the door and him and the man ran out naked, and I said that, ain't nobody told me that. I saw that myself.
There's also Jaguar Wright, who once talked about a lawyer who walked in on Diddy and Christopher Williams, and they did not even stop.
When she walked in, the door wasn't locked, so she didn't think twice about just walking in. And when she walked in, she saw Christopher Williams performing on Puff. Now, from what she said to me, it was disturbing because, you know, they didn't stop.
And Exhibit.
Oh shit! Exhibit was fucking.
And Exhibit says something, but
Exhibit was.
I just want to
porn is
throw
not
this out
just
because I know we
sexual. That term actually relates to
torture.
And, you know, after that work for him, you know, Puff, you think he'd have mastered everything.
This is for them underground motherfuckers that like it real dirty and like it hard. Pause. That was a crazy one. What am I doing?
Ever since the Exposing Diddy era started, fans have been wondering what happened to Diddy's assistant, Farnsworth Bentley. Well, reports recently surfaced that Farnsworth had to escape Diddy, much like Cassie did, and it was allegedly Kanye West who helped him leave. Farnsworth became an overnight media sensation back in the early 2000s as Diddy's personal assistant. However, according to Jaguar Wright, Farnsworth was actually Diddy's concubine.
What do you think Diddy and Farnsworth Bentley's real relationship was?
Concubine.
Now, Cassie mentioned in her lawsuit that Diddy had an assistant who helped him set up those freak offs with male S-workers. And a lot of people are now wondering if that assistant was Farnsworth. And then other sources are saying Farnsworth was also a victim because Diddy allegedly treated him like his S-slave. So what really happened to Farnsworth Bentley? And could he be the next person to file a lawsuit against Diddy? Let's get into it.
His name ain't Buster.
Let's not get into it.
What is I might sound stupid for this, but what does concubine mean?
Concubine is like a it's something that
like
it's a sex slave, but like it was something that was attributed to like royalty. It was specifically kind of done over in the East, so in ancient China and other places. China just sticks out to me because I remember learning that, but they had concubines, and the reason why that sticks out to me is because they also did foot binding with their concubines for quite a long time. But they're essentially concubines or a variation of concubines. I'm sorry, of sex slaves. So like it pops up in different places, but possibly by a different term, but it's more or less the same type of deal going on. I did want to point out, I did want to point out that there's a video that has gone around because I know we switched over to the allegations of homosexual allegations. But there's a video of Diddy where he has this like random white girl that he says that he found on the street, and he adopted her. And now, and now she's part of the Diddy family, and he has her come up. And when you watch it the first time, you're like, something seems kind of off. But then when you look at it, she kind of seems a bit off. And then you also think, why have I not heard anything about this little girl again?
Because he only put her in that house because she's fucking all of those fucking men in the house. Every single one of his sons and him. Look, I got it right here.
I just want to say, at this point, for you saying that,
this
we definitely should have said whatever before. Yep.
Eva Baroni Combs, yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to.
She looks like awkward.
How I adopted you.
She's an actress.
But you still have beautiful parents that, but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Play with his kids. Get out
All
of
he
here.
did was have pizza delivered to his kids.
That's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody. We want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids.
Like, why would you feel the need to say that?
Everybody's ever adopted Sandra Bullock.
No, him. Why would you feel the need to clarify that you're not being fucking creepy?
Look at the comment.
P. Diddy's son in the back is an actor, and she's an actress.
You can tell how uncomfortable she is by standing, just by standing close to him.
Actress, bro.
Yo,
don't say some bullshit like that. How are you gonna say she's an actress?
She is an actress. I see her in shows, bro. She's an actress.
Her in those shows.
What shows?
She's an actual actress, bro. I'm telling
what
you.
Shows?
When I
what
find
shows?
it, I will tell you. I don't know the show. I don't fucking
bullshit.
Just like his son in the back is in the show.
Bullshit.
His son, P. Diddy's son in the back, is in the show. He's
he's in the show, but not that white girl.
I'll find it right now. She's with him in the show?
No, she's not in that show.
So now Euphoria.
I didn't say Euphoria. I said she's with him in that show.
No, she's not.
She's from another show.
Well, talking about uncomfortability, look at how uncomfortable young Justin Bieber is in front of Diddy. And this is just the first video. There's two of them.
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
Okay.
Number?
Yeah.
Sorry, my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Yes.
5555.
Okay. 55. You heard that? Okay. Well, I'm here to because you've been a big supporter of mine, all jokes aside. This right here is my young brother right here. He's been a big supporter of mine. My album's coming out, and we got the crew going around now. You in New York City? We got the Dirty Money crew. We want to make you an official member.
Yeah, because Diddy bent them over, just like this kid said he did.
Right after Usher did.
With however many ladies as he can. Yet it hasn't halted the reports about his clashing sexuality. 25-year-old Jay Versace has quite recently added to the tales with claims that while visiting Diddy at his home months prior, the rapper bent him over on his monster outside bed. That Jay's vague remarks affirms Diddy's secret gay exercises. Jay, a personality who is known for his comedic content and as being the funniest teenager on the internet. When he was at the peak of his fame, Diddy invited him over to his Los Angeles mansion for a party.
I remember hearing about this.
A gathering of some female TikTokers posted a throwback pic showing them playing on Diddy's outdoor bed. That's
his outdoor bed is bigger than my whole house.
And made a few touchy charges towards Diddy, revealing Diddy had him bent over on the bed. Jay did not explain the circumstances around him being folded over with Diddy.
Hey, y'all. Portland Live, Brimlow News. As we all see, This is the.
Who is this dude?
I don't fucking know, and I'm gonna take him off. What the fuck?
No, because I remember seeing that Jay guy, that Jay Versace. He was on Vine, and then he went to TikTok. But after he met him, it like he kind of stopped being in the limelight. Like it looked like his whole career and demeanor changed after that.
Right. It was time to go to the next level, and he didn't want to get it.
With all this information, P. Diddy is bisexual, right?
Allegedly.
Because he was
he's never come out and said that.
Yeah, so it's like allegedly
because I always felt like he had like
because there are other stories of people
like gay mannerisms. He got real gay mannerisms.
There are stories of other people who've talked about going to parties. I think it's the exhibit story actually. Where they're talking about he went to a party that Diddy was throwing in a club and is in the VIP room. And when he got in there, not only were there girls, but they're also dudes like dancing like half naked or whatever and stuff like that. And they were like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And they ended up leaving because they're like, "Nah, I'm not fucking with this."
That's what money do. Money make you weird too.
Yo, did Tupac die before Biggie or Biggie before Tupac?
Tupac before Biggie.
Tupac before
Biggie. So there's a video of Marlon Wayans talking about how he was at the party when Biggie and Tupac took that picture together. And that's the same night that Tupac died.
He's in the picture with them.
Yeah, it's like half of it. But he's talking about how he was gonna get in the car with them. And I'm pretty sure either he just decided not to or somebody pulled him away and was like, nah, we got our own ride over here. And then he said, like, within like 30 seconds to a minute, he just heard boom, boom, boom. And then they said that he was dead. But it's like, that's like the higher ups, I feel like, was probably like pulled him aside and be like, yo, don't get in that car.
I feel like
we have plans for you.
Some videos and shit.
We have plans for you.
I'm kind of like with the Tupac conspiracy theory that he didn't die. He faked his death to get away from actually dying by them.
It'd be fun, but at this point, if that's the case, damn, nigga, you could have at least ghost written for somebody out here.
You probably did.
Yeah, who though? Who?
I mean, Drake.
There's only that one. There's that one rapper I don't remember the name of.
You never know, bro. Drake be sitting here saying Drake be getting ghostwriters for him, stealing people's raps and all that. It could be.
Yeah, but there's no way it's from fucking Pac.
You never know.
If Drake changed his name to the Ghostwriter Boss, the same name.
Pac was better at poetry.
What?
Yeah, Pac's.
That's what rapping is. It's rhyming.
I understand. I'm talking about actual poetry.
At least back then.
Rap.
Back then, when he was rapping, like it was closer to poetry than it is now. Now it's
that's what's called lyricism, and it has been lost to a certain degree, especially in popular hip hop.
Yeah,
there's no such thing as it's not about lyricism; it's about vibe, and that's what they've been trying to make all music be about. Because Taylor Swift is not good; she's a vibe. Beyonce is not good; she's a vibe. Fucking fucking Travis Scott is not good. He's a vibe. All these fucking popular people are mostly vibes, right?
Like
these are vibes, and they're not good vibes. They're just vibes that make you indulge in the shit that you know you have a problem in, but then you won't deal with because you're fucking pussy and you won't try and live your own life and take control of it. You just allow your Dermans to take that shit over.
It's not lyrical no more. It's all fucking. If it rhymes, it rhymes. Fuck it. I know I'm on your side with this one. Like the rap industry is fucking horrendous right now.
Once Lil Wayne and Eminem and all them
on a popular level,
those are the only ones that are left. And
that's what I'm saying. When they started dying out,
Wayne don't look like he gonna last too much longer.
Yeah, I would say the top of the game right now that is still lyrical is Kendrick and J. Cole. And I'll
J. Cole is not J. Cole is a super fan of hip hop. He's not a good rapper, and I will stand by that as a previous big fan of J. Cole. He is more of a disappointment than anything else, and I think the best thing that he has done so far is expose Jid to the world. Jid is a far better rapper than J. Cole is on a consistency level. J. Cole has impeccable classics, but he is not a classic legend.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree.
That's fine. I know a lot of people don't, but it's a thing that I like. I really stand by this because I've listened to a lot of his shit. But
When
like
J.
J.
Cole
Cole,
first came out,
this motherfucker went to
he
go
smoked
play
straight
basketball in another foreign country. He's not focused. He could be what people say he is, but this motherfucker has never been focused except for when he first came out.
Imagine if he
After that, I feel like he's never been focused.
I mean, I tell people all the time I tell people all the time that I think that Kendrick is better than J. Cole, and they don't agree. They're like, "Oh no, I don't agree with you."
No, he definitely is.
And I think so. I love Kendrick Lamar.
No,
You know
it's not even a debate, and it's
Yeah.
not because of my bias. Even before I had that position of J. Cole, that was evident, and that's one of the things that made me like relook at J. Cole. Like, hey yo, you kind of be dropping the ball way too often for somebody that has the caliber potential that you have. And with Jid, so far, he has been dropping nothing but fire. He hasn't been out like that. I'm not gonna say that he's like legendary, but in terms of lyricism and having vibes and bop and shit like that and all that type of shit, he hits the mark there. Will it stay consistent? Hopefully, but
he's kind of like Baby Keem, how Kendrick introduced Baby Keem. So it's like Baby Keem isn't as good as Kendrick, but he's on his way.
Was it Baby Kareem?
Right.
No,
I feel like
Baby Keem.
Jid has the chance to have a better career than Cole really does. And I also think that Freddie Gibbs is quite good as well. He's on a number of varied shit. He has lots of different flows. He goes from gangster to whatever the fuck.
J. Cole
Freddie
first
Gibbs
came
is
out,
dope.
he was
Well, before we continue the backroom discussion and debate on who's the best rapper right now, what do y'all think about this whole Diddy thing? Do y'all think he's gonna keep getting by with the skin of his teeth, or do you think he's still gonna do you think he's gonna
they're gonna lock his
lock
ass
him up
up?
with
That's
Suge.
what they do.
Lock him
Lock
up
him
with
up with
Bill.
Suge.
Oh wait, not Bill. Bill's
you
out.
see, look, I'm not
If he's
saying
innocent or not, he going to
what do
jail.
you think should happen to him? I'm saying, what do you think's going to? Do you think they're actually gonna lock Puffy up, or is he gonna get away with it?
I think a lot more. I think a lot more has to surface before they decide to say, "Oh, we're gonna go after him for real."
For me, they need some concrete, some real evidence. Like, show me a video of that nigga punching a bitch in the throat.
Yeah, they gotta have some backroom, like
there is
secret
evidence, but you
cameras,
can't
stuff
see
like
it
that.
right now.
Yeah, they gotta like have that shit surface. Like
right, like an R. Kelly tape.
Yeah, somebody's got to leak that and then see if he can figure out his way out of it. He's gonna mess up in an interview, and he's gonna say some stuff that he shouldn't say out of anger, like R. Kelly did. And then it's like, well, is he telling the truth? Is he not? Blah blah blah.
It's my life.
Yeah, exactly.
No, see, I'm pretty sure because of Diddy's utility.
I don't know how to hog tie nobody.
Something happened. LOL. I'm pretty sure that Diddy is at a level to where he's made agreements and he's cool with the level he's at. And maybe he didn't do some shit, because I'm not gonna act like I'm not a person that believes that once you get to a certain level, you have to be in on something or you're capped. And this motherfucker acts in a way to where he got to a level where he acts out. And I feel like he did something or he didn't do something to where he thinks he's bigger than he is. And this is a show of force of like, look, we'll let all this shit bleed out that you think you have control over, because yeah, you got hundreds of millions, but that's nothing to people who have billions or cumulative billions or whatever the fuck. So if you think you're playing the game, you're not really playing shit. So if you want to keep what you're doing, you're gonna do what the fuck you were supposed to do. If you don't, then you're gonna lose everything. It has nothing to do with the morality and the fact that he should just go to prison, because there's plenty of allegations to where something is true just on the law of ratios that he should go to prison for something.
Right.
So the fact that this is happening and seemingly out of nowhere. Yes, I believe it's spurred by Cassie likely having to put things out, but one person is not enough to take down a person
I
of
think
that
it started
caliber.
with PPD though.
And that too, like there's a lot of different things that started to pop up that ended up going back to Diddy. And things don't just surface that go back to you because they control shit. I don't know if you know, but there has been released documentation that your push notifications, that data is sent to foreign governments and other governments, and there's a gag order on Apple and Google to not say who does it. So shit is fucked. So the data and information that is used and how it's used is wild. But I'm getting off track here. Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, whatever the fuck that bitch ass nigga think
Puff
his name is.
Daddy.
Combs.
He is a
Puff
piece of
Daddy.
shit. And regardless of if he gets his comeuppance now, all the people that do that type of shit are gonna get their shit either in the dark or in the light. And it's that's the end of it.
All the way, man.
You can't do evil and not get your karmic due. It's gonna happen, and there's nobody who's actually a good person that's gonna have decades of mounting different allegations and things that have corroborations from people. Decades is wild. All of the sudden, of a couple people from decades ago, and then nothing else over time. Okay, I immediately would have skepticism and want to see everything. But when you already have a fucking history, and now finally, when it does make it seem optimal for a person of that caliber to go against them, yeah, maybe that's just the case that's going on. But I'm in the party of thinking that he fucked up somewhere, and they're like, all right, we're going to ruin you and remind you of who's actually in control of your bullshit. Because it ain't you. Because that would make sense into why, all right, Cassie's going to take the 30 million because it looks like he's going to do his shit. So maybe we'll just cap this off. As opposed to, we're going to pop this shit off. You know what I mean? Because the number of people that he's had a hand in that are pop icons and the money behind that, the money that's behind Biggie as just a pop icon.
Yeah, but because
insane.
of the states that Cassie did the lawsuits in, and just because of the sheer amount of money he gave her, well, just because of the amount, just because of the money he gave her, period, that can go against him in those two states, which being LA and New York, because that can be seen as bribery.
So it could very well be a tactic. At the end of the day, I guess you could say my core is what's done in the darkness will be brought to light regardless of our opinions on it. And I feel like there's enough things that have been murmured in darkness because of the fear that he can exert over time. Because it's not like this is the first time any of us have heard about him being fucked up. We've all heard about it at different times, at a different point, but we always give, until a certain point, the benefit of the doubt to celebrities or something like that because we like them for some reason or another. And they provide some type of entertainment or joy. So we don't want them to be fucked up. But at the end of the day, there's a certain point where you have to be like, you know what? Either I can separate what you did and who you are and just accept the fact that you're a fucking piece of shit, but you did give some great stuff, or I can't fuck with you at all anymore because you as a person really is not who I am. Because if you can associate in any level with somebody who's really a fucking piece of shit like that, you need to assess yourself.
That's right. Speak on it, preach on it, be about it. Hey, go to jail.
I stand on business, nigga.
Listen, I think that he should
stand on business.
Go to jail for the fucked up shit he's done. Right?
Yeah.
If they have the right evidence. But I'm pretty sure that Cassie has done some fucked up shit on her own fucking doing.
I don't know, bro.
I think so.
Out of anybody that you can finger in this and say, you know, maybe they did some grimy shit in their past.
Nobody else.
I think Cassie is the one person that you can't say she's done.
Why,
anything.
You think she's a nice person? You think she's a nice girl? Because
I think she's a person that got manipulated from the get. A person that was 19 years old at a very impressionable time in her life, where she was already with a person who thought was going to get her to the top in the industry and seen this
never been to the top. She
mogul,
wasn't even halfway
this
there.
legend, and ran with it. That's what it all is, bro.
But she never made it to the top, though.
She
never
didn't,
made
but
it
she
halfway.
didn't.
Where?
She didn't make it to the top because of Diddy.
She never made it to the top. She made one fucking song.
He kept her down. Either way, bro.
I can't carry it to the fucking future. It was a piece of shit song.
Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We love y'all. I'm telling y'all now, if y'all love topics like this, stay tuned because we are going to keep rolling them out. Let us know in the comments what you like, what you want to see. And be sure, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. That's the only way we can keep these lights on.
Tell us
baby.
what you think about the Gaza Strip.
If you don't like it, share with somebody that does.
And Diddy, we coming for you.
Right. And remember, we can't stop because we won't stop.
You know what? That reminds me of somebody. Do you know who?
Nowhere. We ain't going
It
nowhere.
reminds me of Bob Saget because Bob Saget has allegations.